We live in an age obsessed with billionaires. We track their rockets, their stocks, their feuds. We assume that real wealth only comes from innovation, from code, from factories, from disruption. But there was a man in the ruins of a collapsing empire who built a financial kingdom so enormous it made today's tech giants look modest by comparison. His name was Sergei Mavrodi. He never launched a satellite. He never wrote a line of code. He sold something far more powerful: hope. And an entire nation willingly handed him everything they had. Let's talk numbers that still send a chill down the spine of every economist who lived through it. At its peak, MMM had accumulated an estimated 1/3 of the entire Russian federal budget. Not a fraction, a third. 15 million investors, teachers, coal miners, army officers, engineers. They sold apartments, melted down their wedding rings, borrowed money from relatives, all to buy a slip of paper with Mavrodi's face on it. Mavrodi later admitted nobody even counted the money anymore. Cash arrived faster than any team could process it. Bills filled entire rooms. Whole floors were stacked with bags of rubles that physically couldn't be moved fast enough. In that moment, he wasn't just a businessman. He was the shadow king of the Russian financial world. The oligarchs who owned factories and oil fields, they were terrified of him. He had something they could never buy: 15 million people ready to march on one word from his television screen. When you control that much untraceable cash in 1990s Russia, the criminals come for you. And the 90s criminal world was not subtle. It was the era of contract killings, protection rackets, and gang wars fought in broad daylight. Mavrodi's response was characteristic: cold patience. He didn't fight the mob the way they understood fighting. He made himself too complex, too public, too woven into the economy to disappear quietly. But eventually, the state made its move. The door to his cell closed. Inside, he found himself surrounded by a different class of man: contract killers, senior figures in organized crime, men who had ordered murders and never thought twice. And here is the detail that reveals everything about Sergei Mavrodi. Those men who settled every disagreement with violence, treated him with reluctant respect, because they understood, on a gut level, what he had done. They robbed dozens with guns. He convinced 15 million people to hand over their life savings with a smile. On that scorecard, the gangsters were amateurs. Every pyramid must eventually collapse under its own weight. And when MMM fell, it fell hard. Millions of people lost everything in a single week, not most of their savings. Everything. People stormed the offices. They burned their certificates in the street. They screamed his name like a curse. The government seized assets, confiscated his legendary personal library, thousands of books built over decades. And Mavrodi, he was calm, not quietly ashamed, not broken, calm in the way a mathematician is calm after proving a theorem. In his writings from prison, he said something that still makes people furious to hear. "I never deceived anyone. I gave people exactly what they wanted. A chance at something for nothing. Did they not know the risk? Adults make their own choices." He served his sentence. He walked out. And then, this is the part that defines the entire story, he launched it again, MMM 2011, and people joined, knowing exactly who he was, knowing exactly how the first one ended. They joined anyway. The story of Sergei Mavrodi is not a chapter in Russian criminal history, it's a mirror. Elon Musk builds the future on physics and engineering. Mavrodi built his empire on something that requires no factory, no satellite, no patent. The ancient bottomless human hunger for something for nothing. He proved, in the most brutal real-world experiment imaginable, that the most valuable resource on Earth is not oil, not gold, not data. It is trust. and the willingness of ordinary people to suspend disbelief when the promise is beautiful enough. Mavrodi died in 2018, but the architecture he perfected didn't die with him. It migrated into crypto, into influencer schemes, into every corner of the internet where someone is selling a life-changing opportunity that just requires you to act now. The pyramid is never gone. It's just waiting for the next architect. This was Behind the Brand. Subscribe to see what's really behind the names the world calls legends. See you next time.